Hello, LW222, Science of Nutrition and Exercise online students. My name is Kara Jimenez, and I'm going to be your instructor for this fall 2020 semester. Note that the start date for our course is not until October 28th, but I am just going to share with you some helpful information regarding our e-learning course site, textbook information, and just some basics of what you need to know before we get started with this course. So when you enter into our course site in e-learning, you will see that you'll come to this course homepage. Okay, so here on the right, you can see my instructor profile and my information. Now note, I do office hours, but we do them by appointment just because for this semester I'm primarily teaching online, so I'm not on campus as much as I normally am during a normal semester. So if you do want to reach out to me, we can meet face-to-face in virtual classroom. Which is located right within our course site. So talking about virtual classroom, I do schedule weekly meetings with the students in virtual classroom just to kind of allow time to, have questions answered. It gives students chances to ask me questions in real time, kind of like an office hour would. And it also gives me a chance to touch base with you every single week and explain, hey, this is what you need to be doing for this week. And I will offer more detail on various assignments that you might be doing for that particular week. I might elaborate on some of the content that you're reading about in your textbook and whatnot. So those weekly meetings are helpful in that aspect as far as student success goes. Now note that the virtual classroom meetings I do schedule every Monday morning at 10 o'clock. So roughly they'll last anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes. And please note that if something happens and you can't attend the meeting, it's not going to be held against you because I do record the meetings. So you can actually go back and watch the recorded meeting on your own time and therefore still stay caught up with what we're doing every single week. Now note that I said we are meeting every Monday with the exception of our first virtual classroom meeting, which is actually Wednesday, October 28th, because Wednesday, October 28th is actually the official start date for the course. So I'm going to go ahead and schedule a virtual classroom that Wednesday morning at 10 o'clock just to give you some introductions and talk about what you need to be doing for that first week. So where do you find virtual classroom? So actually, if you go to the communications button in our course site, underneath that you will see virtual classroom, and that's where you're going to find it. So you'll see the weekly meetings are going to always be posted under active meetings. So you'll see my first virtual classroom meeting is actually scheduled here for that October 28th at 10 o'clock. So you're just going to click on these three buttons right here and you're going to actually be able to enter into that particular meeting. Now when you do enter the meeting, it will ask you to allow Bongo to access your microphone and then also your camera. So it's totally up to you whether you turn your camera on or off. I do like it when students turn it on because then I can see your faces and it's easier for me to put a name with a face when I can actually see who you are. So if you can turn your camera on, I highly encourage you to do that. If not, that's okay. I know you're still there if I can see your name pop up on my screen when I'm doing the virtual classroom meeting. Also, if you don't attend the meeting and you want to watch the recorded meeting, once the meeting is finished, it will show up down here under recorded meetings. And that's where you're going to click on the link to watch the recorded meeting each week. So that's virtual classroom. In addition to that, we also have on this course main page some information about a physical activity component, okay? Because this course satisfies the lifelong wellness graduation requirements. So you are going to be asked to perform at least 15 hours of exercise over the course of the semester for our course. So I will be going over how you're going to document and prove that you're doing your exercises, whether it be at home, which a lot of people choose to do, or whether it be at a local gym or health club or fitness center. I'm going to explain all the ways that you can document and record your exercise hours in our first virtual classroom meeting. So just be aware that there is a physical activity component. And then also, as far as the textbook, there is a required textbook, and you also are required to have access to MindTap. So I did want to show you, as far as the Delta bookstore, where you're going to find textbooks. So if you go to the website, okay, delta.edu/bookstore, and whoops, I didn't mean to do that. If you go back to order books right here. Okay, and then if you see on the left it says textbooks, you're going to click on buy, and then you're going to search for the course, which is LW222. Oops, let's try this again. Buy textbooks. I'm going to scroll down actually and search down here. So you're going to select a term. Right now, winter's not popping up, but it will be in the next few weeks. But I'm just going to show you what the textbook looks like. So here, I'm going to just click on Fall 2020, and then I'm going to scroll down to LW, Lifelong Wellness, and it's 222. It's an iNet course. Okay, and then we're going to do all of these sections right here. Okay, and then add course to your list, and then click on Get Your Books. Okay, then if you scroll down, you'll see your two options. The first option is the actual hard copy of the textbook with MindTap bundled into it. Okay, so this is your first option. You can purchase the hard copy textbook, and inside the cover, you'll get a little postcard with access to MindTap, which is Cengage Learning. If you choose to not get the hard copy of the textbook, you can just purchase the MindTap unlimited access code. And with this, you will also get access to the ebook, okay, the electronic version of the textbook, which is found within MindTap. So, you know, if you're a person who does not mind reading on the screen of your computer versus having a hard copy book in front of you, then maybe that's your option. But it really, you can see the price difference is not a whole lot. So a lot of students like to get the hard copy textbook. Now also you can purchase this textbook, or this unlimited access code from MindTap directly, from Cengage directly, and it's going to be a little bit cheaper. I believe the price is like $119. If you go directly to Cengage, get the 4-month unlimited access code to our Brown textbook. Okay, so the name of the textbook is called Nutrition Now, and it's by Judith E. Brown, and it's the 4th edition. Okay, so you can always get the unlimited access code that way. If you do get the unlimited access code and you decide, hey, the electronic textbook is not for me, I don't like it, you can also rent a textbook from Cengage directly for $7.99. So you're basically paying the shipping and handling fee, and what they do is they ship you the textbook, you use it for the semester, and then you ship it back to them. So you're paying $7.99 just to have it shipped to you, and then you just return it when you're finished for the semester. So still, that's even a little bit cheaper than if you purchased it here at the bookstore. So it really depends on if you have financial aid you need to use. Then of course you're going to purchase it in the bookstore. If not, you know, and you want to try to save a little money, you can go right to Cengage and purchase that unlimited access code. But you do need both, okay? You need the unlimited access code for our Nutrition Now textbook, and then you also need either the electronic version of our textbook or the hard copy version of our Nutrition Now textbook. Okay, so that's where you're going to find it in the bookstore. Also, I've provided some additional, information on Cengage, where to purchase the textbook on Cengage's website, and then just some more information about Cengage and how we use it within our course. In addition to that, if you go to the content button, just other helpful information is if you do initially go to the Student Start Here module, I encourage you to do that first and just run through each item in order. Okay, I encourage you to do this. Start with the student resources and responsibilities and go through each individual link. Some of them are just reading information and some of them are watching basic videos. Okay, so I'd like you to go through, complete each link on here. Okay, and that's going to help in your success within the course. Once you're finished with that, then you can go to the syllabus and weekly schedule, and you will see our syllabus, which kind of lists all the rules and regulations and expectations for the course. And then also you see our weekly schedule posted here. And note that the weekly schedule basically spells everything out for you. It tells you, for each individual week, what you're doing, what you should be reading in your textbook, any MindTap activities and online activities that you're doing, and then the due date for each one of those activities as well. So this weekly schedule I encourage students to print off because it has, a lot of valuable information right within it. And you'll notice that for week 1, I did extend the deadline all the way to November 8th. Okay, so you're basically going to have a little over a week and a half to complete your week 1 information. And I do that because a lot of times students don't get the textbook and the MindTap access code right away, so they need some extra time to get that in place. So just FYI, that weekly schedule is going to be very helpful in, making sure that you're completing what you need to complete every single week. Also, exercise documentation and resources. For this particular module, I have just kind of talked about my exercise policies and documentation expectations, where to begin as far as an exercise program goes. I provided you with some sample training logs that you can record on. And then also I provided you with some popular fitness apps, some YouTube channels, YouTube videos, and even some in-home workouts that you can do as well, just to give you ideas of what types of exercises you could be doing. So just FYI, that's under your exercise documentation and resources module. And then of course you've got your PowerPoint slides here. You've got your MindTap access and resources module that just gives you some more information on MindTap. Okay, and a lot of times people have a hard time accessing MindTap because they have their pop-up blocker enabled. So you want MindTap to always open up in a new window when you do open it up. So if that is not happening, you need to disable your pop-up blocker. So this just gives you information on how to do that. And then of course your weekly schedule. So each week I have put together a module. So basically we have 7 weeks in the course. So for week 1, if you click on that week 1 module, you'll see every single thing that you need to be completing for week 1 is listed under your week 1 module. So that includes all of your assignments, that includes watching various PowerPoint presentations, and that also includes any tests that you might need to be taking as well. So your weekly modules are kind of put together so it's just easy for students. If you click on week 1, this is everything you need to be completing for week 1. So in a nutshell, those are just some basic information regarding our course site and e-learning. I'll be talking a little bit more about it when we have our first virtual classroom meeting. And then if you have further questions, feel free to email me and I will answer those as best I can. I look forward to meeting you all.